Thank you, Abhij. So nice of you. So I convey my regards and gratitude to Bengal Theosophical Federation, particularly brothers like Abhik, Satrajit, Jayasri, and your president P.K. Datta and A.M. Chakravarti. So today we will go deeply to our theosophical base, that is deficit of a universal brotherhood. Thank you. You are welcome, Chakravarti. So we will go to the base, that the first objective of our Theosophical Society, to form nucleus of universal brotherhood without distinction of caste, creed, color, sex. What it means to us, to particularly to the members of Theosophical Society, how it is relevant to us at this present world, where West is fighting with some Eastern power or different parts. Quarrel is going on, war is going on, not only physical level but also psychic level. There are many fightings going on. So I start with a little story, then I will present. I have prepared some PowerPoint presentation for the members, for the student of Theosophy. As you all know, we are all students of Theosophy. Whether I am so and so or he or she is that so and so. So our we first are the student of Theosophy. Then we have the base is to study theosophical literature, not only theosophical literature, but the literatures available to us from different field, like Quran, Bible, Bhagavad Gita, etc., etc. So then how will meditate, how will do that intellectual study to convert it into wisdom and to gain truth. As you know that truth, whatever wisdom or truth given in a different text to us is for the writers or for the person who wrote that Gita, Upanishad, Bible, Quran. It is truth for them, but for us it is our intellectual study. We have to unfold ourselves so that we can reach at their level. For that, the Theosophical Society is formed in the 1875, and we have a very pertinent, specific first object to form the nucleus of universal brotherhood without distinction of a caste, creed, sex, color. So that is our North Pole. North Pole, that it means we have, the aim is that, and we have to go. We have to pursue that. So study, then reflection in our daily life, then followed by selfless sacrifice, service, duty, all these coming under for us, so that our limited consciousness, our limited life become unfolded, and we will reach that level of universal brotherhood or universal consciousness. That level we can reach. So to that the subject is to reach that level. Subject is deficit of a universal brotherhood creates all kind of misery in the world. Can you see? So there are people who are full of that universal brotherhood. I mean to say, they have that universal consciousness with that universal brotherhood. They have the feeling, they have the knowledge, they have the everything with them that is full. And for us it is a deficit. It means not that level. So that creates miseries in the world. So let us start with a story. That is one gentleman from a different planet, because we all know that the head of Earth is Rishi Sanat Kumar. So somebody from Venus, he came to Earth to see what is going on in Earth. And when he reached there, he he marked that a very beautiful earth everywhere, very beautiful planet, very beautiful mountains, river, many things are there. So let me present with my idea in the PowerPoint so that it will be clear to you all. So this is my talk. Deficit of universal brotherhood is the cause of all miseries, and this starts with the first object of Theosophical Society. So my story starts with an outsider from other planet. It is other planet Venus visited our planet Earth, marked the beauty of the earth as well as the miseries of the humanity. Beautiful what he has seen, the beautiful what he has marked, the beautiful like mountains, rivers, sea, waterfalls, etc. Oh, very beautiful scenery he marked. And he marked the birds, insects, animals, forests, everywhere he marked. But he marked side by side miseries like one exploiting others, killing others for powers, position, etc. This also he marked. What is marked? Exploited. I am exploiting other, rich exploiting other, um, and alpha exploiting others also. So in the name of power, position, people are exploiting, particularly Western world exploiting others, African, Asian. So they have no feeling that so and so we are doing, killing others for power, position. There are many divisions everywhere in mark. Divisions between country, between the Indians are showing gun to Pakistanis, Chinese also doing the same thing, showing to us. Divisions in religions, there are a number of religions. Then within the religions, there are a number of bi-religions. In Hindus, there are many Vedantis, Advaitis, and also Vaishnavis, Shaivis, many types of division in the country. In the country as well as in the also in the society also, as well as in the culture also. There are many division. You can, if we think over it, you can count yourself in number of division, because division lies in the very psyche. What is the main reason? Main reason is that in our psychic level, in our inner level of a human being, there is a division. One is thinking that he is separate from others. So that creates division. It was so then means in the ancient times it was there, so also now. Mahatma, in one of his letters, nature of the humanity is same as millions of years ago. A very challenging statement in one of his letter. Mahatma mentioned that the nature of the human being, what was previously thousands years ago, now the same thing is also present. Only modernization changed. The people are fighting with their axe and bows and arrows. Now we are fighting with atom bombs, AK-47. All these things are there now for us to use. But our mind, our nature is same as it was then in millions years ago. One had exploited others at that time, exploited others. British also exploited Indians for their gain. So also now the rich are exploiting the poor. Rich countries are exploiting the poor. The exploitation is going on. Therefore, misery is available in the world, available in our society, available in the India or other country, because of the division everywhere in the world. Because of the division in the world. As per theosophical text, we are all at a personality. Now I will coming to the why there is division within us, because we are at the personality level. Personality consisting of our physical body. As we are a student of theosophy, I should highlight that, and our emotional body, my feeling, with you full of anger, jealousy, vanity, envy. Everything is in my body, in my consciousness. And a lower mind. What I am thinking is right. What you are thinking is wrong. These are the all the lower mental. So this is our personality. So our personality is a mask, always in a limitation. Whereas individual upper level, at a higher level, beyond that limitation, that is no limitation. So the deficit of universal brotherhood is at our personality level. Deficit of a universal brotherhood is at a personality level, whereas those who are universal brotherhood, those who are fully reflected, they are also at the individual level. So I have prepared a diagram, not collected from anywhere, but slowly developed this because of these 2 years. I have no work than to sit before the computer and prepare something, asking anybody, many people from many parts of the India to how to develop this. So this personality I have given in a very small mask type of. It is consist of physical, astral, and lower mental, and individuality which is above us, but it is within, but it is in a very limited as stage, and that is consistent of atma, buddhi, manas. So when 80 to 85% of the world, they are at the personality level, they don't have any idea of individuality, atma, buddhi, higher manas within them. So what is happening, as it is, we are at this level, it is just like a mask to us. Let us go to the next slide. So the first object of Theosophical Society is to form a nucleus of the Universal Brotherhood, that I have quoted already. So the deficit of Universal Brotherhood led to all misery. Then question would come to one mind, where when it is full, what is full or will be full, and where when it is deficit. So you see this white round, that is the deficit side, and the green side. Somebody kindly mute the microphone. Somebody is unmuted. So the green is our individuality, that is the universal brotherhood. It is there. So the object told us, the first object of a Theosophical Society is to form a nucleus, to form a nucleus. So what is the meaning of nucleus? As a member of Theosophical Society or member of TOS, we should know the first object of our parent society, that is Theosophical Society. To form means to establish, to create a nucleus. What is a nucleus? I have quoted from, I've searched now, we have all very grateful for the Google to search the what is the meaning of. I searched it and find that this is then a nucleus. They have given a biological picture. Nucleus is this point, probably each and everyone can see that. And all these are the some are membrane and all these things. Those who are student of biology, they like Professor C.S. they could have a better idea than me. So this is the center point is nucleus. So it is for the member of Theosophical Society, individual can be a nucleus, like our brother Shah, who is a very well known to me from the Kolkata, and so also a center or a lodge can be a nucleus in which you can attract others to become the center of a universal brotherhood. Then the definition says, biology, nucleus is the big organelle with a membrane bounded by structure that holds that a genetic material form of a numerous linear DNA molecules arranged into chromosomes, which are the structures that make up the nucleus. In the field of cell biology, that is the important, the nucleus function is to serve as the central point of control for the cells. That is relevant for our Theosophical Society. When we establish a branch or a member became attracted for the Theosophical Society, he must be a nucleus so that he will serve the world or the people or the life around him. So slowly, the more you serve the others, slowly you fulfill the duty towards other, slowly, miseries will be removed. As long as you are not serving others or fulfilling the duty of other, duty towards others, the miseries will continue. Misery will continue. So this is the duty. The fact that this nucleus is role is to hold the genetic material that code for the essential function of the soul. Same thing applied to the to theosophical lodges, branches, as well as center, as well as individual member of it. A single member can do lot of things. Now, one of the most active member is Taral Munsi, is probably in the platform. So he has been doing a lot of work. So also Vinayak Bhai, Varsha Patel, Shekhar Agneti, they are doing a lot of work. And this online platform helped them a lot also. So we'll go to the how Universal Brotherhood, our inner founder, our Mahatmas, what they are telling us on this point. One of the chiefs, one of the chiefs of the our Theosophical Society, we know there are three chiefs. Three chiefs in the occult hierarchy. So one of the chief is Mahachan. In his letter, he said the Theosophical Society was chosen as the cornerstone, the foundation of the future religions of the humanity. You see what a great responsibility given to us, to the member of Theosophical Society. By your physical service, by your other psychical level service, we can not only remove the miseries from the world, but we can establish a strong foundation for the future religions. Then great Rishi says, to achieve the proposed object, a greater, wiser, especially a more benevolent intermingling of the high and low, of the alpha and omega of the society was determined upon. The white race at that time, British, was most powerful race in the world, must be the first to stretch out the hand to fellowship, to dark nation, to call the poor, despised nigger. Means they told us the dark and brown skinned people as a nigger. Brother, this prospect may not smile all. This prospect, what great rishis told to us, it may not liked by all, but he says he is no theosophist who object to this principle. Who object this principle, he is not at all a theosophist. What to do then? So here, this is the wording that we have given a some kind of to establish a strong foundation by that means by our action, by our feeling, by our thought. If we establish a strong foundation, that is cornerstone, then it will be the foundation for the future religion. When there is no miseries, no division, imagine what kind of world it will be. Then next, another Mahatma says, the term of universal brotherhood is no idle phrase. Idle, no, it is not a aisa jaisa phrase, no. Humanity in the mass has a paramount claim upon us. The whole humanity, they have a demand on a member of Theosophical Society that to form the universal brotherhood. It is the only secure foundation for the universal morality. If it be a dream, if it is a dream, means it is at least noble one for mankind. It is an aspiration for the true adepts. So these are the wordings of the great rishis who are behind the Theosophical Society. Main aim to have a secure foundation so that the universal morality would have been there. If you can imagine, if there is a universal brotherhood throughout the world, and the Western country will come forward, help the poor, there would, you kindly imagine, there is no factories to produce arm and ammunition, no atom bomb, no ammunition. What kind of world? There is no division. So this is the universal brotherhood and universal morality. It will lead to universal morality. Then Mahatma said, if it is a dream, at least a noble one for mankind. Then further Chief says, the brotherhood of humanity, a real universal fraternity started, an institution which would make itself known throughout the world and arrest the attention of a highest mind. You can see the Einstein, he kept a secret doctrine on the top of his table. There are many scientists who are working for the whole humanity. They are members of Theosophical Federation, doing a lot of work. So that is the wordings of the Mahatma. In another letter, he said that humanity, which is the great orphan, the only disinherited one upon this earth, the humanity as a whole or as an individual being is a great orphan, the only disinherited one upon this earth, my friend. And it is duty of every man who is capable of an unselfish impulse to do something, however little, for its welfare. So duty is given to us, every man who is capable of unselfish impulse, कुछ अंदर में आएगा impulse जैसा, then we will do or help by way of a sacrifice, by way of a duty to the welfare of the poor, to welfare of the others. Poor humanity. It reminds me the old fable of the war between the body and its members. Here too, each limb of this huge orphan, fatherless, motherless, selfishly cares but for itself. Can you imagine? If there was no selfishness, if there was no ego problem, if there was no division, there would be no fighting between Russia and Ukraine. There would be no missile or any kind of arm ammunition between Lithuania, showing the power of Western to the Russian. Because of this less of this universal brotherhood, the problem with the Western world is that Russia is going to damage them. So Russia is also apprehending fear that because of this division, they attacked the Russian, attacked the Ukraine. So this is the problem with us, because we are with us selfishness, that is I, and that is also we are not caring others. We are thinking others are separate, is not a part of me. So next we will the body uncared for suffers eternally, whether the limbs at war or at least it is suffering and agony never cease. And who can blame it, as your materialist philosophers do, if in this everlasting isolation and neglect it has evolved gods unto whom it ever cries for help, but is not heard. You see, millions and millions people are every day morning praying before the God. Krishnamurti said, man's thought created God, and thought also going there to pray. So the materialist philosopher ever creating some kind of, and we are following it. We are crying for help, but the God is not giving any kind of help. So it is quotation, Mahatma quoted it from the Light of Asia, written by Arnold, I'm forgetting his name. Since there is a hope for man only in man, I would not let one cry whom I could save. So this quotation in that letter number 15, chronological edition, in which every man can help others because I am the part of others. The question is why the humanity is not changing, why the humanity is doing this. It is because of this small little self personality, small round, that round I have shown, which says to him, I am separate from other, I am separate from my wife, my children, my society, my country, even the semi-civilized people, even the other people around the world. I am separate. Therefore, I am an I. I am I. And it is an illusion for, and as it is illusion and it is Maya, and because I am not aware of the truth. What is theosophical truth? The life is one. We are all part of ultimate reality. If you kindly imagine, if intellectually the big people who are in the Western world, they can intellectually understand this, that we are the part of one ultimate reality, one Param Brahma, one God or one life. There would be no fighting. Even among us who are intellectually or theoretically, we are fighting with others personality level because of power, position, etc. If we can realize at least for a fraction, then there would be no interest for a power, position, post, whether in at large level or a federation level or at section level. So this is the illusion. This is the illusion for us because we are at the small white globe. This illusion because of we are ignorant or avidya. So we are going to complete soon. This a human being can transform oneself by way of sacrifice as well as performing his service duty, so the consciousness can be unfolded to the bigger round, the individuality from smaller one. That individual must be aware of that other human being is not separate but part of himself or herself. The other person who is sitting near me, or other person who is outside the city or outside the continent, that is not separate. He is the part of that one ultimate reality, one Param Brahma. He is the part of that. So how can you be separate? If you can theoretically understand a fraction of a second, we can be by meditation, if we can think over it, then there will be no quarrel, there will be no suffering, there will be no miseries in the world, because each and everyone will help the other. Each and everyone will help other to prosper. When one's consciousness reach at the bigger round or individual, she realize the universal brotherhood, then there shall be no misery in the world. So what we will do? I will this last slide. Probably I have taken a little longer. It is possible by an act of sacrifice, service towards all life around you. There are if we mark, there are many visible, invisible lives around us. If we mark you being the center, you have the life of devas there, great rishis are there, great ancestor elders are there, all humanity are there, sacrifice to the animals are there. Currently, the Hindus, they have given 5 kinds of sacrifice. I am just quoting that. So sacrifice fast, every day we have to sacrifice these 5 types of sacrifice to devas. In the morning while having bath, you can, the Hindus are sacrificing to devas, doing puja, etc., etc. Then rishis, those who have given the Gita, Bhagavad, Quran, theosophical text, they are the great rishis for us, not for intellectual reading or studying, but to ponder over, because that will lead to us to realize the oneness of life. Then our elders, our parents, our ancestors, who are taught us in a different ways to be more spiritually advanced. Then whole the humanity within around us, so we can help them by at least giving a food to a person, or thinking good thought, sending good thought towards them. Then the animals, sacrifice to the animals. If we can do this, animals, even we are giving some foods to parrots, to crow every day morning. And throughout India, you will mark every town, urban areas, rural areas, people are giving foods to the morning crows and parrots, etc. So these are the sacrifices, 5 sacrifices. If we start daily, at least, slowly, the miseries will come, gone away, and uh, the consciousness, the limited consciousness will be expanded further, and we will reach that. So when there is no deficit of universal brotherhood, and ultimately you reach that level, then there will be no misery and there is no suffering for the whole humanity. But let us start with yourself first. Don't advise others that we will do that, he should do, he should. Let us do it yourself. Give something to others by your thought, by your physical action to others, devas, rishis, elders, humanity, and animals, so that we will be more advanced in the spiritual field, and our consciousness will be more and more. Thank you, brothers and sisters. Thank you for patience hearing.
Thank you, Brother Mahapatra. You beautifully delved on this topic of deficit of universal brotherhood is the source of all problems in modern life. Right. Not only have you delved into the nature of the problem, towards the end of the talk, you also offered a solution, which is, so you ended on a positive note.